Hi, I'm Dr. Hale Pringle, and for me the first question is always, is this a great day? And the answer is always, Hale, yes. Want to talk to you today about a simple technique to almost double the opt-in rate for a broadcast email. I'm using Aweber, and all of this can be done with less than 5 minutes worth of work, and that's pretty cool. So we're going to dramatically increase the open rate for broadcast. And this is particularly useful for like events that are coming up soon. If you're telling folks there's a webinar that's going to happen next Monday, you can send the same email to people without annoying the people who have seen the email already. So in this case, if you happen to have a 20% open rate on the first email, there's a really good chance that you will get around 20% on the second email. Now, since we're sending it to just people who haven't seen the first email, we'll be sending it to 80% of the list because 20% have already seen it. But it still ups your count from the original 20% to closer to 36%. So it can be very powerful, and it does not take any time at all. This is list segmentation, and that seems like an advanced topic to a lot of people. And it is when you really get into it. But this is a simple list segmentation technique that anyone can use to dramatically increase that opt-in rate. The technique used to be more difficult. In Aweber, there were a list that you had to find a drop down and find the right type and create a segment and name the segment and then come back and use the segment. But they made some updates in June 5th, and it's a whole lot easier now. So again, we're going to send this to people who did not open the original email. So here are the steps. Step 1, we're going to find the broadcast email that we want to send and click on a little copy link under its name so we can create a template using that email. This will make a copy that you don't want, but we're going to erase that copy in a few minutes. Now, I will note, if you're thinking you're going to do this, you can just make that template when you're creating the email in the first place. Right before you save it or right after you save it, you can save it as a template, and then you'll have it ready to go. But I usually forget to do that. So, okay, we're going to edit the copy and save it as a template. And here are the steps that we use. We click on the templates button that's right here. Then we click on the My Templates button that's right here. We enter a name for our template, and then we click on the little green Save as Template. And we will now have a copy of this broadcast email that's ready to use anytime we want to use it. The next step is to go back to select your main list up in the upper left-hand corner, and then select Messages, Broadcast, and again select the same broadcast email you just made a template from. And after you clicked on your recent broadcast email, if you'll scroll down the page, you'll see all the people who opened the email. Now, that's not what we're interested in. What we want to do is click on the little button that's beside the opened and see the not open. Now we're going to see all the people who did not open the email. And if we scroll down a little further, we will see a button that says send directly to these subscribers. So you can send an email directly to those that didn't open your email. When you click on the button, this box will come up asking you if you want to name the segment and save it. I typically just click on the blue send to the segment right now. So you can name the segment and save it, or just click the send to segment now. What happens here, step 7, is an empty email will pop up. What we're going to do is fill it with the template that we created just a second ago. The steps here are click on templates, click on My Templates. In this case, we're going to make sure the My Message Content box is not checked, because I do not want to keep my current content. I really don't have any. I want to use everything out of the template. So click on the template name that you've just created. Click on the Apply button below the templates. So there you go. and you have an email all ready to go, and it's taken less than 5 minutes worth of work, and you've almost doubled your opt-in rate. Now, there are just two remaining things we need to do. First, we need to consider changing the subject line. And there are two schools of thought here. One is to really totally change it. Maybe people weren't attracted by the headline the first time. And B, add the word "ray" or "resend" to the beginning of the subject line. Now, the B option has the advantage of telling the subscribers that the message has been sent before. So if he or she starts going through all of their unopened emails for the last couple of days, they might see the first one and the second one. Well, if it has "resend" on it, they know you've sent it twice. The A option has the advantage of maybe they just didn't like the subject line on the first one, and you've got a better subject line for them the second time. Now, I kind of like to do both. I'll put "resend" on it and then change the subject line totally. So if they open it and say, "Oh, they've duplicated. Oh, no, they told me they had resent this one." The second thing is we need to go ahead and send the broadcast out, but the timing is the issue here. It's a good thing to send it like 18 hours or 35 hours after you sent the first email, because it's possible that some subscribers are very busy at certain times of the day, and if you hit that busy time with your first email and you send your second one at exactly the same time, you're very likely to hit that busy time again. So send the second one at a different time of day. And let's go back to where we started with. If you got about a 20% open rate on your first email, there's a good chance you'll get around 20% on the second one. Now, the list you're sending it to is smaller, but it's still, you may have upped your 20% to 36% with just a few minutes worth of work, and you haven't had to recraft a brand new, very powerful email. Now, note this technique only works on one list at a time. If you sent your original broadcast to several lists, you can't send to all of those lists at the same time using this technique. Because when you send to several lists at one time, Aweber will say, "Oh, there's some duplicates in here, let me remove them." If you do this to list A and then to list B, Aweber has no idea that there are duplicates in those two lists that you'd like removed. So typically I wouldn't send it to one list and then do the same thing to another list and then do the same thing to another list unless I was pretty sure that there were not duplicate people in those lists. So you've just doubled your opt-in rate almost with less than 5 minutes of work. So let's go out and see how this works live. Okay, we're in Aweber. And this is a list I'm going to use for the sample. So let's look at our broadcasts. So here's one, personal invitation to partner up with Ann Sieg. I need to make a template of this. So I'm going to copy it. And here it comes up, a copy ready for me to edit. I'm going to click on Templates, My Templates. I'm going to enter a name on it. Partner, resend, and save the template. And that's really all I want to do. What's going to happen here when I go down and save it and exit, I'm going to find that I have a draft ready to go, and I really don't want that draft, so I'm going to delete that one. So here's a draft ready to go. So I'm going to go underneath it and find the delete button and delete that one. So now let's go back and take a look at, as I said, we're going to click on the original one that I was looking at. And down here are the people who opened this email. And over here are the people who did not open this email. And if I scroll down, there's the send straight to these subscribers. I could name the segment and save it, but I want to just send it to them right now. So here is an empty email, And I don't want to retype the whole thing, so I'm going to go to Templates, My Templates, and there is the partner resend one that I did just a minute ago. And I'm clicking on that, and the whole email just popped up. I'm going to go down and click on Apply. And there's my email, ready to go out. I'm going to change put resend. Alright, so I have resend. I have the email totally ready to go. I'm going to click save. Next. I'm not going to send this out as a tweet or a Facebook. Go to the next. I'm going to schedule it. Actually, I'm just going to send it right now. So save the message. And here I can't click on different lists because we're sending to a segment. And I don't want to click on multiple lists. So let's send it. Okay, I've just sent it. And that's how you can double your opt-in rate or close to it with about 5 minutes worth of work. Now I am going to go to the email template manager. I'm going to find the partner resend, and I'm going to click the X and delete it so that it doesn't clutter up my templates box, because I'm certainly not going to use that one again. So there you go. We have just sent an email to people who have not seen our previous broadcast, and we will probably get about the same percentage to open this one as we did the first one, and it just took us a couple of minutes. Hope you're having a great day. This is Dr. Hale Pringle.